First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, and salutation and much love to the Akim out there pushing out his word and truth and sincerity. This is Brother Ash, Great Millstone Tampa, back with another lesson. Lord's will is going to be edifying. As you should have already known, breaking news: U.S. is at war. U.S. and Israel is at war with Iran. Starting this early in the hours of the morning, they started bombing, and we said it, through the spring power. How about Shimei Shai? This was coming. If you've been watching my videos lately, I told you about that inside source that it was already confirmed, and this source coming out that they have already had this plan for months now that they were going to attack Iran. So all this, peace talks was all bullshit. This is Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. Yeah, I'm the president of peace. Yeah, we're trying to find the negotiations. That was all bullshit. They were going to bomb him anyway. Why? Because the war is in their heart. Esau, Edom is all about war. He loves the sight of blood. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. But this is starting to backfire, really, because they didn't expect Iran to retaliate just like that. And they're bombing pretty much 7 different countries, 6 countries that have U.S. air bases or any military base. So let me just play a little bit of this, and then I got, this dude, Byron Gaines. He's going in on it.
There's a lot of hectic parlays that are happening behind the scenes, and my colleague Rhythm Sharma is, of course, joining us on this broadcast with more updates on this. Over to you, Rhythm. Tell us what's happening.
So there are a lot of developments that are coming in at the moment. The first diplomatic move has been made amidst the strikes and counter strikes. Iran is reaching out to nations in West Asia. This comes amid reports that Iran launched targeted strikes in...
These are the things the Lord said will be taking place before his return. So expect the financial reset to come very quickly. All right. The market of beast, the hour of temptation, that's coming down the pipeline real soon. The economy is about to tank because of this. Oil prices are going to skyrocket. Japan is going to hike up their interest rates for the yen. So this is going to be a global collapse here real soon with the financial system. Hence the new system, the Great Reset, when they turn on the new system which we've been going into for the last few weeks, like 16 episodes of it. This is going to help lead or catalyze the Great Reset. This is Mark 13:8. For nation shall rise against. I'll start at 6. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am anointed, and shall deceive many. And when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, and this is war. This is not a rumor no more. Niggas is dying. The body counts are already starting to pile up, and it's only been a few hours. We're into this war, and the body counts are rising already. It says, when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, be ye not troubled, for such things must needs be, but the end shall not be yet. Right. This is just the Lord just getting started. And he's been, it's been going, but now it's about the Lord's turning up clearly and speeding things up. For nation shall rise, Mark 13:8, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. This is what we're witnessing. Well, and this is just worldwide. Just the other day, day or two ago, Afghanistan and Pakistan just started war, all out war. See, people don't know what's going on, man. A lot of people just sitting around watching YouTube and just bullshitting on their phones. Afghanistan, Pakistan war. Let's see. Pakistan declares open war with Afghanistan as they trade deadly strikes. See? Wait till China invades Taiwan. That's coming next. Russia and Ukraine still going at it. And now more bodies are starting to pile up over there in the Middle East now, which is pursuant to Joel chapter 3. Let me go back to Mark 13:8. For nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in diverse places, and there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginning of sorrows. Wait till this comes to America. You're going to see this in your cities real soon. Smoke piling up, bomb, boom, boom, people in panic. Chaos is coming to Babylon. And now they got a boogeyman to blame. It's the Iranians.
Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, Kuwait, and Bahrain. Now, Qatari ruler and Saudi crown prince held phone calls with Iran. They have urged immediate halt to escalation on call. Iran's foreign minister Abbas Araghchi described this military aggression as a flagrant violation of the fundamental principles of the United Nations Charter and a blatant crime against international peace and security. Araghchi has also emphasized that Iran
See, look
will
at that,
use
51
all
students
its
killed.
defense and military
Go
capabilities
back.
to defend the essence of Iran, all its
51
Araghchi
students
has
killed in
also
Israeli
emphasized
strikes.
that Iran will use all
They over there killing kids in school and telling you they trying to kill the supreme leader of Iran when they killed 51 students.
its defensive and military capabilities to
Niggas at school got blown to pieces.
defend the essence of Iran based on its right to legitimate defense. Now, the death toll in Iran has already mounted to 51, and Israeli army has warned of more missiles that would be targeted at Iran. Abbas Araghchi has
Yeah, this shit's about to get real serious out here. Joel 3:9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Hey, war's already begun. It's not maybe. These ain't rumors no more. You see that? Those are bombs being dropped and killing people. And again, this has been going on, but now it's about to turn up. And in America, again, they said they're willing to make this a long operation. Okay, this ain't gonna be over tonight. Says, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and that's what Iran's been doing for decades now, building up them swords to protect themselves. All these missiles they got, all right, and drones. Yeah, they ready for this. And very soon Russia's going to get involved in China, because remember, they still got ships out there in the Strait of Hormuz. It says, and your pruning hooks into spears, let the weak say I'm strong. And that's what Iran's saying. They said, fuck it. Instantly retaliated. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yahweh's pot, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. And that's what we're seeing. The Middle East is on fire right now. It's a regional war right now. All these Middle East countries are getting bombed. Iran's bombing them niggas, as they're having to defend against U.S. and Israel at the same time. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Joel 3:13. Get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for the wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision.
described this military aggression as a flagrant violation, and he has said that all the sites involved in the Israeli and US strikes on Iran were legitimate targets for the Islamic.
All right, let's see what else. See what these guys talking about. But they breaking it down.
We're going to gear up. They built up close relations with China. They built up close relations with Russia. They ramped up on their missiles program because they knew this day was coming. And for the last 3 or 4 weeks, Iran was waiting for this day. This actually, I would say, happened probably later than they assumed.
Bro, niggas were
Because
probably
during
rubbing
these-
their hands together like this, like, yeah.
Bro, they were waiting.
They
were waiting.
Let's go.
We
want to test these
People are not
missiles.
understanding, bro.
Yeah, Iran, they've been waiting. They're saying to let the weak say I'm strong now. All right, they ready for this. Iranians, the Persians, all right, the Elamites, they're ready. So this is going to be a drawn out conflict, which we know ultimately where this is leading. All right, this is leading to America's destruction. All right, Babylon the Great will be utterly destroyed because of this war. Okay, and they were showing a lot of images. Hold on, let me go back. Of current, oh yeah, look at Dubai. Even Dubai, that's in Dubai. Dubai's getting hit. And these nations around out there in the Middle East, they're safer than America. You know, the peace. Well, now the peace is gone. It's a time for war. Okay, let me get that real quick. Ecclesiastes. Let's see here. What's it, chapter 3? Yep. Ecclesiastes 3 and verse 1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born, a time to die. There's a lot of time. A lot of people time to go. A time to plant, a time to pluck up that which is planted, A time to kill and time to heal, time to break down and time to get to the point. Okay, here goes. Verse 8. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. And now we're in the time of war. All right. It ain't going back to normal. More people are going to die. See what these niggas talking about.
Because I got a couple of dumbass, like, hillbillies. We'll just nuke those stupid sad niggas. It doesn't matter.
Let's see here.
Let's go to our chief national security correspondent, Jennifer Griffin. She's at the Pentagon. Good morning, Jennifer.
Hi, Lawrence.
All you MAGA supporters, all you ICE agents, hey, they ain't give you that bonus for you to just round up Mexicans. You about to go to war since you love America so much.
Here in the DC Bureau, but I just want to point out that almost exactly 5 hours ago, we got the first alert that the Israeli missiles and the U.S. missiles had struck Iran. It was a joint operation from the get-go.
See, so who's the aggressor? We've heard this story before. Oh, weapons of mass destruction in the next door neighbor, Iraq. Didn't we hear this before? The same narrative. It's all bullshit. But again, this is the will of the Lord. We read in Joel chapter 3. But here, let me read this in 2 Ezra 16, verse 33. The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. Yeah, a lot of men are going to start disappearing. All right, get drafted off to the war or just die here in Babylon. It says in the wars, because as America's fighting this war and others, like Mexico and Cuba and, so on and so forth. Guess what? They're going to be civil unrest here. People are going to be dying here. Civil war. In verse 34, in the war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed and their husbands shall perish of famine. So a conscription is coming to America and it ain't going to be for us.
I'm told that this operation will last not hours, but days.
Yep.
This is an open-ended operation with a wide variety of targets. I'm told from a senior U.S. military official that the U.S. is focusing on military targets, on ballistic missile sites, on anything that could pose an immediate threat on the Iranian Navy. But the Israelis are targeting Iran's leadership. So any of the targets that you hear about, the Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei being targeted, the defense minister being targeted, those are being carried out by the Israelis. Let me mention some of the targets that we know were hit this morning in Tehran: the defense ministry, the parliament,
the school building,
Supreme Council, the Ministry of Intelligence, the Iranian Atomic Energy Agency. There have been cyber attacks across Iran and the internet is not up and working. And
again, this is a pretext. Now they're gonna remember all these secret or cells, sleeper cells here in America that crossed the border. All right, they're just waiting around to get that cell phone call and to be activated. I'm telling you, stay away from heavily populated areas. Anywhere they're having some kind of gathering, sports, entertainment, whatever, you stay away from that shit. We could very well be coming to the famine of the world soon. Would you think we're gonna be out there and prophesying in the background there's gonna be bombs blowing up and smoke? Nope.
Cyber attacks have focused on the news.
Again, these cities here in America are about to start. You're gonna see these. This is gonna be a sight in major cities real soon.
Agencies like IRNA, which is the state-run television.
And again, who? Why is America involved in this? What the hell has Iran ever done to them? Right? Jeremiah 49:20. Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord that He hath taken against Edom, which is the self-proclaimed white man. All right, the biblical nationalities, the Edomites, whether they call themselves Israeli, German, American. If they go back to the line of Edom, that's who they are. All right. And his purpose is that he hath proposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Who's the least of the flock? Israel. Okay. And drawing who out? Babylon. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. Jeremiah 15:45. Therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord that he had taken against Babylon. And this is it. Babylon the Great. U.S. mystery Babylon, and his purposes that he hath proposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. Israel's about to get pounded by Iran, just like they did last time during the 12-day war. And then ultimately, Babylon is going to be eradicated off the face of the earth via thermonuclear destruction, and it's going to be in the hands of Russia, China, all right, India, Pakistan, and even America's allies in Europe. All the nations with ICBMs are going to shoot them on America and Israel. I got to be cleaned up.
U.S. military has also targeted down in the south the naval bases in Bandar Abbas as well as in Kark Island. And then what's also interesting is out in the east of Iran, there's a target near Tabriz and Kermanshah, which is the IRGC aerospace forces. That's significant because that's where they would have been developing those long-range ballistic missiles, satellites that also could have been part of that intercontinental ballistic missile program that they were trying to develop that the president referenced. But the biggest problem right now is the stockpile of cruise missiles and ballistic missiles that the Iranians built up since last.
Yeah, they got a huge stockpile. That's why they're willing to shoot all those missiles so that the hypersonic missiles could go whizzing by the defense systems. They, like we read in Joel, the weak saying they're strong and they're backing it up. Well, you thought this was going to be like Venezuela? You just going to fly in there and swoop the nigga up?
Summer, because they were terribly degraded last summer in the 12-day war, but they have been working to rebuild that missile supply. We're seeing some of those missiles being fired at Israel. As Trey reported, they have, for the most part, been intercepted by the air defenses. But of all of the U.S. military bases in the Gulf, the only country where U.S. bases were not targeted this morning is Oman. And of course, Oman's foreign minister had been leading and mediating those talks.
Revelation 11 and 14, the second woe was past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Talking about the third world war. It's here. It's already begun. Really, I'd say it began when Russia invaded Ukraine. And now it's just escalating and escalating, and more nations are in war and different skirmishes all around the world. Really, there's a lot of conflict going on, but not like on this level. All right, this is a regional conflict at this point. But the third woe cometh quickly, and it's here. Hello, it's not gonna. It's here. It's not maybe. Or maybe in the future, you know, it's will it escalate? No, this is not gonna stop. They've already what they say, the cat's already out the bag. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak, and it's speaking loud and clear. Take a look, and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Well, it's here. World War III is here.
In Geneva, and then came here to
The nuclear destruction ain't coming until the mark of the beast be made mandatory globally. All right.
Washington too.
But war has already begun. And so that, what does that mean? The chip is coming soon. The system's already in place. The infrastructure for global the global financing is already, the backbone has been laid. All they need is a catalyst or an event to push this MOTB system out.
Be Vice President J.D. Vance to try and avert what we've seen happening in the last 5 hours, and which is basically turning into a regional conflict. But there have been interceptions. The Qatari government has intercepted missiles fired toward U.S. base, the Al Udeid Air Base, the largest air base in the Middle East. That's a U.S. base.
Yeah, let's go back.
Hey guys, get ready to move over to Kick. I'm gonna get off of YouTube here in a second. I'm gonna drop my Kick links. You guys
See what
can
they
come
talk
on over.
about.
We got pretty much like 8,000 of y'all in here, bro. So get ready to switch over.
Might hurt their partnership with the United States in the future. They may not forget this. They may think that the United States is actually a moral hazard.
What do you want to do? Do you want to go in a Twitter space, or you want to go to Al Jazeera or ILTV?
Civilian populations to charge people up. Like, there's so many things that can
Fair
happen.
use.
You know, this is brutal warfare. What we're seeing now, anything goes. There's no rules anymore.
Yep.
You know, so
Big facts, bro. Okay, let me turn this on. Can you see my screen
According
now,
to
right?
US officials
Not
speaking
yet.
to Al Jazeera, the strikes on Iran will
I
continue
can't see it
for the
yet.
coming
By the way,
days.
guys, I don't know if I
Official
mentioned this
says
earlier.
it
The other
is
Gulf
an
country that the IRGC targeted and got, by the way, and hit was Riyadh in Saudi Arabia, which is a big deal. Saudi Arabia is usually
See
never
how the
involved.
market's reaction. Wait till Sunday night.
Huge preoccupation.
No, they're not talking about nothing right now. But it's oil markets as Trump attacks. Okay, here we go. This is what we've been looking for. Iran strikes. What's at stake for oil markets as Trump attacks? Yeah, you wait and see on Monday morning when you wake up and the stock market is all red. This is where this is. Boy, where's all the Proud Boys at, man?
American people by eliminating.
Oh, I can't wait to go to camp today. Look at the stupid looks on these people's faces as we read them the Bible versus telling them what's going on right now. And they still not going to do nothing about it.
Imminent threats from the Iranian regime, a vicious group of very hard, terrible people.
Terrible.
Its menacing activities directly endanger the United States, our troops, our bases overseas, and our allies throughout the world.
How the hell is what danger do they pose to the average peon out here in America?
Breaking overnight, President Trump announcing U.S. strikes in Iran. Iran retaliating, striking U.S. military bases and assets in the Middle East. A coordinated launch of a major combat operation between the United States and Israel, reportedly targeting the Islamic Republic of Iran. President Pezeshkian and Ayatollah Khamenei. Iran's crown prince in exile, Reza Pahlavi, telling Iranians the Islamic Republic is collapsing. Now, Iran saying it will deliver a historic lesson to the United States and Israel in response. President Trump directing a...
That kind of speech, that's fighting words. All right, let the weak say I'm strong. Iran been waiting for this. We think they're idiots. These are Persians, man. They used to rule the earth. they know how to fight. All right, so to say. And they've been waiting. All that negotiation, both sides knew it was bullshit. It was inevitable.
Comply or die message to the Islamic Revolutionary Guard troops offering immunity or, quote, certain death. Thank you so much for having us in your home this morning. I'm Lena DeFloria, sitting in for Denise Middleton. Those U.S. strikes...
And she looked bugged out.
Now is
basically like a goddamn alien.
looking more and more...
There goes the alien files right here.
Regional war across the Middle East, with strikes reported in Qatar, Kuwait, Iraq, and the UAE. The Iranian missile strike hitting the U.S. Navy's Fifth Fleet Command headquarters in Bahrain. Israel now announcing it is...
Which America had evacuated the majority of personnel in these bases in the region. So I'm sure there's casualties on the bases, but most of the people were already out. Because America already knew. When they started evacuating their bases and embassies, that should have already in your mind told you they're gonna strike anytime now. Which through the spirit we called it. We said it was gonna be on the weekend, all right, when the markets are closed. But you'll wait till Monday morning comes up and people start killing them, jumping out of buildings.
Up 70,000 reservists to defend its borders. While you were sleeping, President Trump told the Washington Post the primary goal of the U.S. strikes is freedom for the Iranian people. In a video message posted to social...
Right. Because that's what the white man wants. He wants freedom for everybody. The Edomites, they want to free the world. But what's the scripture say? Never trust thine enemy. And we read it earlier. Though his words were smoother than butter, there was war in his heart. That's what this devil's all about.
Overnight, the president called on the Iranian regime to surrender, telling the people of Iran to overthrow the regime.
There you bombed their cities, and now you want them to surrender. Nah, nigga, it's war.
Saying the government, quote, will be yours to take, and had this message for Americans at home.
The Iranian regime seeks to kill. The lives of courageous American heroes may be lost, and we may have casualties. That often happens in war. But we're doing this not for now. We're doing this for the future, and it is a noble mission.
Lies. They be born speaking lies from the womb.
Well, the Israeli military saying overnight the operation was the...
All right, let's go back to...
all cookie cutter.
And then, yeah, we could do a recap once people start piling in.
Okay, I guess this...
They can say in June 4.
Yeah, facts. Big facts.
All right,
This
anyway.
is,
Let's go to see what these guys are talking about in Al Jazeera.
Have been also
At least 86 students killed
This is not
in the Iranian city Minab from joining American. So they killing students. They're not killing the what's his name? Soleimani or no, that nigga died. The prime leader, whatever, the supreme leader, the Ayatollah. They didn't kill him allegedly. Well, maybe they did, maybe they didn't, but they killed 86 students and little girls, little elementary girls.
fatalities And right now, as we speak to people, there is a lot of concern regarding the possibility of escalation, not just here in the capital, but also across the country. And now, this is a very critical situation because what we are hearing from the Iranian side is that there are going to be a crushing response ahead.
Yep, this is just the beginning.
Actually, preparations of the military response from Tehran.
Multiple states. Several missiles struck University Street. Blah, blah, blah. Also, look, here we go. An Israeli strike hit an elementary girls' school in Minab. This ain't new for Israel. They kill children all the time. A city in the Hormozgan province of southern Iran, killing at least 40 people. Your little schoolgirls getting blown to pieces. Hey, well, here goes some more reasons you forget about the Epstein files. Just forget about it.
Because anything failed. It was because the talks were actually going too well for President Trump.
Anyway, just wanted to do a quick update. Lord's will was edifying. Gonna give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachakwadash, double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone, who rule well, and much love to the elected Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Hey, Kahala, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Beautiful day. What a beautiful day. Shalom.